Daddy of all, what's up, man? Yes, portfolio review today. We've got three more portfolios to go, and then we'll be looking at Discord critiques for the remainder of the stream. All right, so up next we've got Krystian. I think it's Krystian from Poland. So freelance 3D hard surface modeler / texture artist. It's a lot of the words. The portfolio actually is pretty broad, going from characters to environments, modeling, texturing, weapons, hard surface, tanks, vehicles, props. Work in progress posts, I'm always kind of hesitant about, just because, like, if it's for this one's finished, and this one, I'm just going to skip right ahead to this one. So if this one's, yeah, so I would actually take this work in progress and embed it inside of here. It's usually best to not have work in progress on your portfolio, and that's where like blogs come in. Of course, if you're paying for a pro account, you can have your blog in here, but if not that, totally fine. You can post it on like Tumblr or WordPress. And when it actually comes to that and you don't have a pro account, I think it's worth maybe not putting a post in here about saying you have a blog, but maybe in the description here at the end of it is to see more of my work in progress in my blog. So it's just at the end of all of your descriptions. That could be a pretty nice way to kind of tie it into every piece. And it kind of, like, when you think about it from a work portfolio flow process, it's like someone goes here, they're like, oh, this is really cool. And then they're like, wow, this stuff's really cool. If it says in here, like, see the work in progress in my blog, and then a link to that specific blog post, it creates non-dead end flows, especially if your blog posts go back, like in that blog post at the bottom, it's got like a link to show more, which goes back to like the main blog and where it's most recent. And then also a link that says back to the portfolio. And then when you click that, it goes back to here, or even back to here, which allows people to flow dynamically between your portfolio and your blog. So this character is pretty cool. I like the attention to detail. I love the gradient as you go up from the chest to the top of the head. It's pretty interesting that you chose to go darker as it goes up. A lot of the times, and you see it in Dota as well, there's a choice to make the upper part of the body, especially the shoulders and the head, pop a bit more. That way they really show forward in like a RTS view. At least in this view, I think that's not as much of the case. If there was maybe some lighter elements on the horns, it kind of brings it all back in. But in general, it's pretty cool. I'm not a character artist either, so take what you will from that. Let's look at this one. So this one's 5 years ago, but this is pretty cool. So I made a train for this teaser proof of concept Snow King. There's a video link as well. I definitely put the video in here if it's at all possible. I guess maybe if it's a Vimeo. I don't know if Vimeo embeds into Artstation. Boy, chat is nice and quiet right now. How you guys doing? There's 65 of you. Hope you guys are having a good time. This is pretty cool though. I would say that it's not so true guy. Still? No. What's up, man? Lurkers. Rerun, what's up? Oh, Mornoff? Just engrossed. Nice. Dude, this stuff's really cool to look at. I love people's work. All right, so thanks for the shout out, guys, and all the lurkers stepping forward into the light. You may now recede back. So the mood of this is really good. I really like the fact that you steered away from the really dark values. Like if you look at it in the histogram here. Oh, maybe we should let's hide this here just so we can get the proper So you can see it's much more in line with like there's your darks. Seeing if you bring it up bright enough, you could argue that it works. It also, like in the other mode, it's much more kind of overcasted and feels pretty cold. This also feels cold. And I think honestly, either way, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, maybe you could even, maybe if you do this and put a mask there. Let's invert the mask, and then we'll just pump up. Something like that. In general, though, it's pretty rad. I like that train. And the smoke looks really cool. Let's keep stepping forward here, because it looks like there quite a bit of this stuff is older. Oh man, Call of Juarez, dude, I remember this. Dude, awesome. I like the direction. It's pretty red. Yeah, the darker one definitely has more of that Metro vibe. The polluted air, for sure. Oh, man. Thank you for the 100 bits, man. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through these because a lot of the stuff is older. But it's pretty cool to see. Oh, yeah, Techland. Nice. It's cool to see renders like this. Stuff doesn't always have to be textured. Dude, I don't know where my music's gonna go. Let's change it up a bit. Hang on here. Okay, I don't know what this playlist is like. Taking a risk. This is rad though. Hey, thank you for the follow. Was it Ash? My feed is a little delayed, so thank you. So I would say with this one, the edges are a little tight and the paneling is a little on the thin side to really like display the shapes. In the front, it's okay here because it's like lifted, but you can see on the side these are like really thin. These guys right here, those are really thin. Let's just keep forward. Onward, Techland, some more Techland stuff. Super nice. Yeah, I think exaggerating the shapes just a little more so that you get the shape read across. And I guess maybe it's not too much of an issue if the materials between these when it's textured is different. It's just that's the stuff that's really going to make the shapes pop, especially when, say, this area is in shadow in game, right? Like obviously this looks like it's probably for CGI or whatnot, but in shadow you're going to lose a lot of that information if there's nothing for like the ambient occlusion to grab onto. Especially if you bake your AO, like you really have to separate these pieces a little bit more in order for that to come through. Oh yeah, this is cool. You know, I never played Dying Light. I should. Chris is probably yelling at me now, and I can feel it. Oh, this is nice. This is really cool to show like the breakdowns of what you worked on. Oh, very nice. It was great. Nighttime looked terrifying, man. Oh yeah, this is really cool. Oh, that weapon though. Texture by other artists. So, I mean, 4 years ago, Artstation wasn't doing this, but you can link the other artists in here, and if you post the Artstation link, it now is a actual link. It looks really nice. It's like a little bookmark thumbnail thing, and when you mouse over it, it shows their top 3 recent pieces. It's pretty cool. Oh, this is great breakdown stuff, though. Nice work. So I'm going to fast forward a bit, just for the sake of time. Wow, I feel like I'm at E3. For the sake of your time, hang on, guys. This is cool. Man, that is beefy. So I think where this is breaking down the most is the handle. Material wise, just kind of feels off. Definitely looking at let me see if there's some reference in here. Looking at some reference of this type of material, because like in the high poly, it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks unified with everything else, but it's when you get it into this view, it really like separates itself from the rest of the pistol. Just the materials here look a little bit more unified than what's happening here. I think that's a wood material. See, the bottom edge here is really sharp as well. Maybe softening that could help. Yeah, context, I totally understand. I was scared to play it, if I'm going to be honest. Ooh, dude. I love props like this. I don't know why. I think it just, it shows usage, character. It shows life. Yeah, Betos, you're totally right. It doesn't really feel ergonomic. Like grabbing onto this, the diameter is very samey all the way down, and usually it's more conformed to the hand or to the grip, right? Looking into that, it may help. Yeah, I love how the fact that there's a holographic sight on there. That's funny. It's dope. But yeah, like I was saying, these ones are really cool. They so much character. You can see like the little wear here. That's, you know, when you sit in these chairs, you spin around a lot, right? You spin around a lot. Let's face it. But you're like, you rub your foot on one spot, or you're always having one foot up and the other foot is out. Dude, you can see it. You can see it in its usage. Why is my nose itching so much? My God. Could maybe use a little denting on the top. But in general, I dig it. Yeah, it's some denting. Okay, no, never mind. Never mind on the denting. I like it. Oh, this one's cool. The material, like, maybe it's the environment you were using to render this in. Oh, this is Moto. Ooh. Maybe the environment had too many dark values in it because it just feels a little bit artificial. The darker points in the metal is kind of leading me to believe that it was just a darker scene with like a spotlight in it or something that's really hitting on this highlight here. In general, this looks pretty nice though. Yes, it has a bulb. Wait. Oh no, you said it, but I don't see it. Oh, it's killing me. Subd Proxy, what's up, man? How you doing? Ooh, this is cool. I like the slice on the side there. Houdini as well. 3 months ago, someone's playing with Houdini. I like it. Looks really cool. I think if it at all possible when you're rendering something like this, if you could get that slice view to look like layers of the surface of terrain, right? So you can see like the sediment layers of soil building up. Gosh, man, my nose. It's itchy, man. Know what I'm saying? Hey, thanks for the follow, dude. Thank you very much. DM3D. Really cool stuff, though. Whoa, Mord Fustang, are you prepared? So yeah, like I was saying with this before, it's pretty cool modeling. Is definitely getting this into this post or in your blog would be really good. I think the other thing is really tuning your metal materials. Because right now I think this feels like the gold that's actually in Substance Painter, which doesn't necessarily feel correct to me, and I'm not sure what it is. It's like maybe a little too much yellow in it, in that material. Habzu, you can. I don't know. I haven't seen how many posts there are, so I'm not sure if I'll be getting to it within the evening or not. But go for it anyways. I think where this may be breaking down is the base here. Feels really like it's really squared off. So it hints at the geometry aspect of what you built. But the overall detail up here is pretty ace. I think where everything is breaking down is the materials. Definitely like doesn't feel, I think that's a wood material. It doesn't really feel like a wood material. And the kind of wear and age that you're displaying on there doesn't really have as much of a rhyme and reason as it could for where things are wearing and building up. I just see a little bit of it there. Maybe that is reflection. I'm not sure. Back area looks pretty good. I think this spot here feels a little odd to me. You see how like it's coming down pretty heavy here, but in here it's not. I think if it matched more like this in these areas, that would make for a better representation of your materials. Oh yeah, and see, upon zooming in, I'm further confused by what this material is. I'm not sure what this is. Man, this is so up here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Derp saying in chat right now that gold armor in Painter is pretty off. Yeah, I don't know what it is about it. That's like an artificial gold, if that makes sense. It's just a little too pumped up. And then we got this table. Oh man, this table has seen some stuff. So I love the attention to detail with like the rings on the table. I think if there was some more wear around the edge here, kind of like where your arms end up resting and that font. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you even need the font on there because you've got it here. But like the wear on this is pretty heavy. Let me see what's going on with the. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna do that. I don't think it needs to be desaturated at all. Again, I feel like oh man, it looks really nice in some specific, like this area right here where you're getting all the little chipping and stuff. And there's like dust buildup on the inside of there where it looks like, you know, you use a rag and you wipe a little of it off, but when you said my name, the stream cut off. Derp Hitman. Come on, man. In general, this looks pretty solid. The amount of damage and grime and stuff is pretty heavy, and I'm surprised that there's not more up in this area. Just, again, like I was saying, think about like where your arms rest and where damage ends up occurring over usage, over the time of usage. Saturation might be a little heavy on the wood. Yeah, and if there was some more wear on the leather piece up here, definitely spot on, Betos. Chris. That's great. I mean, Chris, this is all caked up just for you, buddy. Ooh, I like this bottom edge here. Really like, it's like there used to be like a kind of like a silver paint finish on the bottom edge there. Pretty cool though. So in general, I think your portfolio is pretty vast. Your hard surface skills seem to be pretty dope. Oh, wow. Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a tick. Oh. That is some dedication. We didn't really look at this stuff, so I'm going to take a peek here. That is a lot of spikes. Are those marshmallows? I feel like those are marshmallows. Nope, nope, nope. I can't. Nope. Oh, this one's interesting. The weight detail on this is pretty good. Okay. We're going jazz. There we go. There it is. So this one's pretty interesting. Just I like the change in direction with the shape detail and all that. Looks like you had fun with it. Oh wow, there's even so if it's from an anime, I would love to see the reference that you pulled that from. I mean, in general, this portfolio is pretty strong. It has its moments where like it varies. Like some things are crazy, right? And I mean, it's hard to tell someone's direct art contribution when it comes to pieces of games, right? It's hard to see. Whereas like when I look at stuff like these or this type of prop, I get to see a little bit more into like you as an artist yourself. And that's not, it's not good or bad. It's just so that you're aware of like how portfolios, like how I look at a portfolio. I love that you're experimenting, and I think actually this is so weird. I think this one's arguably my favorite, just because it's got so much character and story in the way that the material is been portrayed. If you would have put a fire hydrant in here, I probably would have flipped some tables. And by flipping tables, I mean quite excited. Anywho, I think unifying your portfolio and cutting out the things that you feel like are like trimming the fat, like removing stuff that you feel like is dated or old, or that you feel like does not portray your current skill level, I would look into those for possible removal into like a blog or something, because you never really want to get rid of stuff, right? So maybe look into putting it into a blog. Every portfolio needs a donut, an AK, and a fire hydrant. Yes. Anywho, keep up the good work, and I look forward to more of your stuff. Yes. I'm like trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. I think it's good. I think we're good. All right, I'll be right back. You forgot combat knife. You want me to look at combat knife? You're talking about the bayonet knife, right? It's the only knife I see. Looks like a knife to me. If I ever saw one. I think if the edges here were a little less rough, that would be... Oh, wow. Beto, thanks, man. You're like, you ruined everything. There's a knife in that church. Okay, we're moving on. Anyways, nice portfolio. Thank you for sharing. We will be right back and on to the next portfolio.